So something that God has really kind of dropped in my heart here recently, and really kind of dealt with me on, is there are a lot of us that have a lot of biblical knowledge. We've studied the Bible and we know the truths that it are. We've kind of girded ourselves, right, with our belt of truth. But we're kind of falling short on walking with the Spirit and cooperating with the Spirit on a daily basis, because the Spirit guides us daily. But it's our choice whether or not we cooperate in what it's leading us into. For example, there was a young woman that approached me some time back and asked me to pray for her, that she had applied for a new job, and it was going to be, a really wonderful opportunity for her financially to kind of advance in her company. But there was a kind of a downfall, that it was going to maybe take her away from her family a little bit more than what she was really comfortable with. But she was willing to kind of maneuver and really believe in God that if this was a door that was opening for her, that He would just work it all out. And so as we're talking, God just kind of drops in my spirit that there was something bigger for her than just that job, and that not to pray for her to get the job, because that would have been easy to do. It's what she was asking me to do. But for me to pray for her to have discernment and for her to have favor with the people that she came in contact with who made those decisions. And so I told her that's how I'm going to pray for you. And she thanked me and went on about her day. And some time passed, and she gives me a phone call, and she's like, "You're never going to guess what happened." And I'm like, "What?" And she said, "I went to the interview." She said, and he's flipping through. He's like, "You look like a wonderful candidate. Thank you." He says, "But this looks like it's going to be really far in distance from where you live." And she was like, "Yeah, but I'm really believing God to open some doors for me. This would be a really good opportunity for me and my family." And he said, "You know what?" He said, "I think there's going to be a job that opens up in the same division closer to where you are in just a few weeks. Why don't you just hold on to this application and let's see what opens up?" And she's like, "Okay." So she did. Instead of taking the job that she actually went and applied for, she listened to the Holy Spirit and withdrew that, and ended up a few weeks later a position with the same pay scale and the same management level opened up closer to where she lived. And it was a blessing to her. Now, I could have prayed and agreed with her that God gave her the job that she wanted. He may have given it to her because we prayed and agreed. I don't know. But that job was not what He intended for her. He intended for so much more. So I urge you today, don't just stop short with just biblical truth. Lean in and press in and allow the Holy Spirit to guide you. Cooperate with the Spirit who leads us in all truth.